Okay, so on our periodic table, we have +1, we have +2, we have +3, and they're all in that white zone, so they have just known charges. Now, let's look at some more metals that are also in the white zone, right? We have aluminum and gallium and indium, zinc, cadmium, and silver. Now, if I were to tell you that knowing the charges is as easy as 1, 2, 3, remember over here it is +1, +2, +3, so that's pretty easy as 1, 2, 3, yeah? Anyone want to guess what the charge of Al, Ga, and In is? It's easy to remember. +3, because there's 3 of them. Yeah? We got 1 of them, +3, 2, +3, 3, +3, or 3+. I don't know why I switched it around there. You can write them all consistently. I should probably write them all as 3+, because that's a better way of doing it, but it doesn't matter. You can write +3 if you prefer. Okay, so on your periodic table, if you want to write those down, you can. If you think you can remember them, that's okay too. Okay, so on your periodic table, write down 3, 3, 3. Want to take a guess for zinc and cadmium? 2. Guess what? Because there's 2 of them. It's really easy to remember. 2, 2. So write down 2 and 2. And then finally, we have silver. What do you think the charge of silver is? 1. Okay? So eventually, if you're wanting to do the enriched part of this, you will do it without the charges written on your periodic table. You'll use a version where the charges are not given to you and you just have to remember them. Okay? And if you look, we've got germanium. That's a metalloid, so we're not going to worry about it. Antimony is a metalloid, so we're not going to worry about it. They don't have charges really. But what about all those red? What about all of those red metals? Well, those red metals, this is what we're going to call our red zone. Okay. And when we have metals in the red zone, we are going to use Roman numerals. Now, what on earth does that mean? And the reason I chose to make it red is because red starts with R and Roman numeral starts with R. And then we have our white zone metals, no Roman numerals. White zone, no Roman numerals. Now, do you guys know what the Roman numerals are? Anyone know how to write the number 1? I. I is 1. And then we'll have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. What's 2? If 1 is I, 2 is I. And 3 is I. I. And then I'm going to skip 4 for a minute, and we're going to go straight to 5. We'll come back to 4. Anyone know what 5 is? 5 is a V. Now, sometimes people get 4 and 6 mixed up, but 4 is 1 before 5. Okay, so we got 1 before 5. And then 6, what do you think 6 would be? VI. It was going to be 1 after 5. And can we guess what 7 will be? VII, 2 after 5. Now, there are Roman numerals past that, but you don't need to know them for chemistry, okay? And again, if you choose, you can do an enriched version where you don't use the Roman numerals, okay? So enriched would be like, I memorized the Roman numerals, and I'm going to use a periodic table without them, okay? And if you want a second periodic table, if you want one where it's written and one where it's not written, I can get you another one so that you can do that. I don't have them run off just yet, but I'll take orders today and get them to you tomorrow. So if anyone wants a blank one to practice with, you can do that. Okay, so there we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now we will go back to page 18. Okay, and it actually shows on here all of our gray zone metals. Here I call it the gray zone because it was photocopied not in color because it's really expensive to get your books printed in color. So the gray zone is the same as the red zone. Gray zone equals red zone equals use Roman numeral. Now, while we're at it, you guys probably know this already from your atom unit. We know that group 1 is +1. We know that group 2 is +2. We know that group 3 is +3. How many valence electrons does group 17 have? It has 7 valence electrons. How many does it want to have? 8. So it's going to gain 1 electron. If it gains 1 electron, what is its charge? -1. Okay, so you can see here we have, and if you wanted to add that onto your periodic table, you can do so. Group 17 is -1. Group 16 has 6 valence electrons. How many does it want to gain? It wants to gain 2, so it's going to be -2. And then group 15, can we guess what that's going to be? -3. So you remember I said remembering the charges is as easy as 1, 2, 3. You just have to remember that this one goes backwards, 3, 2, 1. Okay? All right, back to page 18. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. All right. Page 19. So metals in the red zone need a Roman numeral. And what that Roman numeral tells you is it tells you the charge of that multivalent metal. What does multi mean? Many. And valent means charge. So that refers to metals that have many possible charges. Multivalent metals have many possible charges. Hi. Yeah, for sure. So for example, iron has two common charges. It can either be iron 2+ or it can be iron 3+. And the way we tell the difference between them is we will actually give them different names. We call iron 2+ iron Roman numeral 2. We call iron 3+ iron Roman numeral number 3. Okay? So the Roman numeral tells you the charge. Roman numeral equals the charge. So we have 6 steps here to find out the Roman numeral from the formula. I often find reading out the steps ahead of time just confuses people because they don't know what I'm referring to. So let's just start with an example and we'll come back to this. Okay, so here our example is Fe2O3. Okay, step number 1 is we're going to write out all of the ions. Okay, so it's done over on the right, but I'm going to show you in real time here on the left. So we have how many irons? 2. So I'm going to write out Fe, and I'm going to write out a second Fe. So 2 Fe's. How many O's do we have? We have 3. So we're going to write out O, O, O. Okay. And now we find the charge of the negative ion. Now, the nonmetals, we always know their charges. We can go back to our periodic table and say O has a charge of what? -2. Okay, so you check on your periodic table, you look at that. And then on our O's, we write down 2 minus, 2 minus, 2 minus. Now we add those charges up. 2 negative, 2 negative, 2 negative. How much is that in total? 6 negative. Now, these two things, the negative charge and the positive charge, have to equal 0 because compounds are neutral. So we have the charge of those negative ions. And we've found our total negative charge. Step number 4 is to find the total positive charge, which is going to be exactly the same as the total negative. So if you have 6 negative, you're going to have how much positive? 6 positive. 6 positive. Then you're going to say to yourself, please excuse the interruption.
I'm now asking all grade 11 students who have not yet had their immunization to please go to the library. All grade 11 who have not yet had their immunization, please go to the library now.
Are we good? Okay. So we now have 6 plus, but that didn't just come from one place. It came from both here and here. What 2 things together add up to give you 6? 3 and 3. So now when we go to name this, this would be named, Fe is iron. We're going to leave a space with some brackets there. And then we have oxygen, which becomes oxide. Okay, so oxygen becomes oxide. And what we do is we take our charge and we put it right there. So our charge is 3, Roman numeral 3. So its name is iron 3 oxide. Okay, and let's not forget that right there is the charge of 1 Fe. Okay, in this case, Fe 3 plus. And if you're one of those people who love math, you'll be like, hey, I get this. This is pretty cool. It's pretty easy. No problem. If you're not, then just take your time and you'll get it. Okay? I have lots of people over the years who found this tough to start with, but managed to work through it and get it. So don't worry. All right. So that is how we do it. We're going to try another one here. And then once we've done that, I'll let you write your quizzes from last day and do some practice here, that kind of thing. Okay. Step number 1, this is on page 20. Oops, page 20. First thing we're going to do, write out all your ions. How many coppers? How many coppers? 3 coppers. So write down Cu, Cu, Cu. 1, 2, 3. Okay. How many N's do we have? 2. N, N. Find the charge of the negative ion. Where will you look? Periodic table. N is -3. 3 negative, 3 negative. Add up all your negatives. 3 negative and 3 negative gives us 6 negative. How much positive charge do we need? 6 positive. These two should be the same number. Okay? And then we say we need to split that 6 up into 3 different places. 1, 2, 3 places. How much each? 2. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus. If we add up 2 and 2 and 2, we get 6. So this is going to be named copper 2 nitride. Okay? And that's it. That's how it works. Just be careful. Sometimes people get like careless and they're like, I have, I don't know, let's see, Cu2O, and they say copper 2 oxide. Is that correct? Does that 2 tell you, does that 2 come from that number? No. Okay, you have to figure out the charge. It's a little bit tiresome, but you can do it. And you know what? Some of you will get good enough to do it in your head. That's wonderful if you can, but if you can't, just write it out. It won't be that bad. So things we're going to do today. Quiz 2 and 3. And then let's take a look. We're going to do page 22 and 23. Okay. And I will give back last day's quizzes. Did you guys want to take a spin around the parking lot before we start on all this? Or do you want to just get going? Parking lot? Yeah. Do you know what, honestly, if you don't want to go, that's fine. If you would like to take a spin around the parking lot, just go. It's all good, okay? Yeah. Just make sure if you are going to the parking, I'll come with the people going. Just make sure you don't get like run over by cars. We're gonna go just walk around the parking lot or jog around it. Yeah. This guy's just Okay, if you're on your phone, you're off your phone now. Make sure those are away. Phones away. And when I say away, I don't mean on the desk, I mean in the bed. Arthur, outside in your bed. You. Okay. So, if you want to, once you are done this, you could work ahead and do 24, 25. And at that point, you would be ready for quiz 4. Okay. Hi.
Does carbon breathe for green?
It doesn't do either. It just forms covalently, so it doesn't form ions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That means that it doesn't form ionic bonds in the same way. So
Where have I put all your quizzes?
which one's quiz 2? Sorry, which one is quiz 2?
So you would be working on quiz number 2. Okay. And you ever find out? Yeah? Oh, what it is on. It's on covalent only, so it'll be all of the prefixes. Oh. Yes. Yes, you might do.
How I look at this.
What is this one? Yeah. Yeah. It's fine. Your test is probably not grade, but I want to find out this is first. I put them somewhere safe. So this is not good. Where did I put them that was safe? Okay. Abby.
I said this one has the number, I did that here.
Yeah.
Why?
That means I should get one.
I know it's spelled
This
right.
one is too hard. Pay for it.
Well, this one is 2 minus.
So what is this?
After this page. That's
I did the like that long. This is says that long. When it's stretched out, it's long.
That's not a big breath.
Copper.
I spelled ice chip. Yep.
Okay. So this is good.
That shows.
The second thing we do is we go and we look up the chart for a slow time here. That over. It's time so some left. Yeah. And there it is.
Oh, wait,
Once you're this one. And then you add up all your negatives. See the negative 3. Folks, I'm going to call your names. When you hear your name, come and get your quizzes, Jazz. And then you drop a line there. This has to be positive 3. So you're going to add up -1, -1, -1. Jazz? And then the positive has to be the same as the negative, so you're going to put +3. And so that means that that's going to be iron 3 plus. Yes. Yes. So page 22, 23 for sure. And if you feel like you can do 24 to 25, that should say 24 to 25, you can. But that's more like optional if you're working ahead. Oliver? Sorry. Yes. Yes, you can. You know where they are.
Oh,
No, they're in the back. Yes. So what you'll do is you'll go right behind where it says 1A and you'll grab that one. You'll go behind 2A, grab that one. Yeah. Oh, the little paper one. Yes. Let's grab a little paper. There you go. Okay. And so now, what you got to do is there. So just right to the 3 plus.
And then iron. Jerry? Oh, Jerry.
Awani.
Evelyn.
Tiana.
And then this here, that will be plus.
You're gonna write.
What's the second test on?
The one after. The one after this is the one that's covalent, so they all need prefixes. Yeah. All right, that looks beautiful. Try the same thing with this one. Find out all charges. Oh, actually, this is iron. That's this two, yes. Yes. So it's sulfur, yeah. And its charge is, thank you very much. -2, yes. Asthma. Oscar.
How you get it?
Fernando. Ella. Yaren. Logan.
Yeah, I think I don't too.
Okay, so you got that. You got that. Good. Yes. Brian.
Not my fault. I
Have you done everything?
you on that, but I got it. So
24, 25, I'm gonna give those a go. How did I manage to write 24 again? What is wrong with me? Angela. Jimmy. Olivia. This is just, yeah.
I got actually what that.
Typey.
Wow.
yeah, the cost
Wow, good.
doesn't have
Oh, this we don't.
I'll be back to all those.
Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, but this is like, I'm not getting it out.
So which one?
All right, just in case. Armando.
Yeah,
This is amazing.
Hey. He got literally purpose.
Two, like, well, if you've done 2B, then just do 2B. Yeah, no worries. We'll just save that one. If you have to redo it, you can do it.
So. I thought I just saw it.
High school.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know.
Okay. Something good. Now this one, I'll make it up with one plus.
You got two.
9.5.
It's better than me. You got 2.5.
I'd like Very nice, very nice. Okay, these are on your own. And you know why? Because there will be a test. Make sure that you learn to twist this. Strength or love. Very good. If you want to set I would need about hours. So that would be like, page 30. Okay. Folks, if you are done quiz 4 already, you can start reading pages 33 onward if you want to. Sure. Okay.
Thank you very much.
4 and 4. It is. You have a test you need to make that. Should I send that down to PLC?
Oh, Miss Sen.
Yes.
Did you mark our other quizzes, like the long ones?
The big one,
Yeah.
the test?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have, but I can't give them back yet because I have 5 people who haven't written yet.
Oh, yeah. Wait, is the mark on there gonna like go to the report card?
No.
Report card done. Okay. Okay, where's the AL?
Oh.
No, I did it.
Oh.
Looks great. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, the second one.
Yeah, those are fine. Yeah. It's actually makes your life easier if you write everything lowercase, then you don't accidentally have uppercases popping up in your reports. Thank you. Yes. This was your unit 2 test, right? Yes. Oh, no. You got 68 out of 68.
For this.
That was for unit 2
Oh, what for
on
the
the
third?
atoms. For unit 3?
Yeah, the one I did yesterday.
Oh, the one you did yesterday. Oh, I think that one was terrible too. Yeah, it was out of 42 and you only got 42.
I don't.
Right?
So, I do stuff that. Also, I saw.
I kind of forgot and dropped the leaves when it's in. Just in her color set. So it's just one line. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Oscar.
And balance. And it's same as our same.
All people only.
What is it?
I like having you guys up here. This is nice.
You know, on the test, with this spelling off, and you like, I was never confused by syllables because I just like sometimes the accident like spelling is kind of
Thank you, Tristan.
Who's three? It's three right here, and we go 5, 3.
what's that?
I just.
12 divided by 30. Oh, I do that. I know, like my eyes, literally like words are like.
I forgot to let my block. We'll see you tomorrow. Yep.
If you would like your test score, you can get your test score. I can't hand them back just yet. Hi. Yeah, sure. And did you want the enriched part as well?
Sure.
Sure. Like, give it a go? All right. There you go. We will be getting them back as soon as I've had people finish writing them, but I can give you your grade right now if you want it.
Yep.
So let me just find that page. Where did I put it? Where has it gone to? Oh, test number 3. Okay, here we go. So Kimmy. Kimmy.
Just put it down there.
That's number 4.
Kimmy, you got out of 42 that, and that is proficient.
Proficient. Really?
Yes, really. Proficient.
Other question. For 2A.
Yeah.
Do you play what proficiency?
Yes. Okay. All right, Brian, you wanted your test score? That's out of 42.
So what is it?
That is proficient, a high proficient. Okay? High proficient. Angela. So 42. Okay? Asma. Add here. That's out of 42. It's developing, but super high developing. Okay? Yeah.
Do you know what my grade is for like the overall like report cards?
Overall, it's a high developing.
So which is a
Developing.
so what is the
Oh, you want to know a
yeah,
percentage?
yeah.
Because you're like, what is this nonsense? Okay.